Welcome back. Stacy Hewen here with
Adriana Mingo.
And we are going to be commentating this game together. And we got Wolfpack and League of Shadows back up here. I remember Wolfpack for that incredible display against Z-Warriors, except the guy was just not paying attention. It's deeply unfortunate, but he was punished for it. And he'll learn his lesson and move on. Oh, look at that jump. That guy got some air. All right, guy looking for a ball. Shagger passes the ball off to him. And let's see what happens. Nice fakes there. Nice cross court, but goes a little wide. Wolfpack talking, hashing it out. See the Dragon Balls on the back of their jerseys. There we go. League of Shadows with their incredibly difficult to read jerseys lining up. Nguyen takes a little shot off to the side there. I'm going basically just off the faces at this point. I also only know that guy because he introduced himself to me in Barrie, Ontario National Dodgeball Festival is where I met a lot of these folks and where I got a lot of my love for competitive play. Two balls out, not much you can do with just a single hand on it. Oh, we got a win on both sides, so that I can't even call him by last name. There we go. Looks like we got some members of Velocity shagging for League of Shadows. Makes sense that the individual teams would shag for one another, you know, support each other, come out. So you don't necessarily have the support of the rest of your province because it's just a bunch of different mismatches of provinces. And there we go. Back off the opening rush, pass it off. Great block from Wynn there. He's getting attacked off of the line a lot, I've noticed. That's one thing about this level of play is you have to have somebody's fast in opening rush. Wood's generally able to catch really strong throws like that, but it's just too close. There we go. Number 7 there, thinking twice about playing by himself. Goes back, talks to his team. They put a number out. Like number 3. And they nail number 11 on the Wolfpack.
Shadows.
And there we go. I just want to send a huge shout out to Domino's Pizza. They've donated a dinner for our volunteers and referees every day of this tournament. That is a huge donation in kind. Oh, 19 punished for not looking. Nice little like backflip thing there. See, his face for sure hit the ground if you didn't notice his tongue popped out of his mouth after that. There we go. Wolfpack just standing there, waiting, feeling out their opponents. Knocks out number 6. There we go. Number 5, I think. If they had brighter shirts, I'd be able to tell. Somebody needs to get them like some silver magic marker. Just really highlight those numbers.
Their team name is League of Shadows.
It is.
So it does go with their jerseys.
Yeah. But just because they were born in darkness, molded by it, and didn't see light until they were already a man doesn't mean that we all have to suffer. And there we go. You see those fakes from number 5. You can see the veins bursting out of his arms. He's so committed to it. That's the sort of commitment I like to see to a fake throw. That's one of my pet peeves is people who fake but aren't really into it, or they hold their hand out and slap it, or you know, kind of hold back. You just have to look like you're going to throw. And if you look, this guy's throwing rockets. He wants this. Wolfpack seems to be calling a play. They're taking it more of the slow and steady approach, and it looks like League of Shadows is the, you know, go nuts when we only have 2 players left kind of play style. Look at this. He's ready. He's got the ball out like he's going to throw. He's going to pull directly into a blocking position. Look at that. Gets small.
He's the only player on the court for League of Shadows.
Look at that. He's got ball control. But problem is that when you have the ball advantage on your side, but it's, say, 1v3, 1v4, or more, you have to throw at the players with the balls. Because if you don't, you know they're going to counter you. They're going to take advantage of that moment when you're vulnerable. You have to at least look like you're going to throw at them. The way this guy is moving, if you even just take the throws away, I don't think I could keep that up for 20 minutes, let alone an entire tournament. The level of athleticism in dodgeball is just off the charts. You need to work out essentially everything except your off arm, and you really should be working that anyway, just so that you don't pull something. Oh, touch the line. I gotta say though, the sportsmanship at this tournament is better than we see just in our regular league nights. And I think that says a lot about these players. They're not just here because of their skill, it's also because of their attitude and just general demeanor overall. Speaking of great attitudes, over there, our court manager, DJ Dupasquier, was kind enough to translate a message for us that we had sent out to our athletes that one of the Quebecois athletes asked to be translated. He is a francophone Manitoban. I guess Franco-Manitobain is the term they prefer. And he very kindly and in a very short turnaround translated a message that we had to send out. Nice fake there. You notice there, number 44 on Wolfpack thought twice about going for the catch. He pulled his arms in, but he was still in the catching position. You saw him make a little chicken wing there. Once again, League of Shadows pumping up. Woods throws away a ball, gets past one from number 12. I'm just going to throw this out there one more time because I love them so much. Those A6 knee pads, I'm going to butter you guys up until you agree to let me sell your stuff. Don't even have to give me anything, just let me sell it. And now we're back on board. See everybody loading back up again. See, the reason why I like those sliders so much, you don't need big bulky knee pads that end up just getting you hit. Dodgeball is all about two things, right? On the offense, it's all about power, accuracy, and timing. On the defense, it's all about catching or being really small. Get as small as possible if you don't have a ball to block with and you don't have the ability to catch it. And you'll notice some large men here can make themselves into just the tiniest ball possible. They're essentially just turning themselves into singularities, and their gravity is going to suck the balls away and just send them into orbit. And there we go, sends the ball back over. Reset back in. Waiting to restart the game. It's like the referee has to remind everybody that they are in control of what happens. And luckily, the athletes are respectful of that. Oh, there, puts it right past the blocker. Now, at the league level, blocking is incredibly effective, and you see it a lot. At this level, it seems like blocking is a little less effective because the players are just so good at putting dynamics on the ball, spinning them around, just doing whatever they can to make sure that that doesn't connect with the ball you're blocking with. See right there, that was a good block from that guy, and it's still connected. Number 3 on Wolfpack pushing up. He's thinking about reaching for that ball, but you can tell he just says, nah, it's not worth it. And number 24 moving up. The last one left. Oh, and look at that. You just see those people going back on the offense. As soon as he throws that ball, they're immediately taking advantage of the fact that he has to pause for just half a second after he throws. Look at that, just moving back as fast as possible, trying to get as much distance between him and his opponents. Very close, almost skimmed him. Wolfpack really having to work for this one. See, the thing with the individual teams is if you play them early on in the tournament, you can often get a victory, sometimes a really big one. But once you start to play them later in the tournament, they're already a team, they're established, they've got a bit of a rhythm going, and they're often going to start taking wins later in the tournament because they are all very talented players. They're just people who haven't met each other before necessarily. feeling each other out. Woods takes a shot again. Down to 2 balls there, and he throws the last one. Here's somebody yelling, "Why?" Not sure what that's all about. Oh, that makes sense. And number 2 there with a nice little pick, working with 44. You can see 7 protecting the winger. And we're resetting into sudden death. Finals is going to be insane when we get to watch 20-minute halves. Feels like these games only just get started by the time they're done. Yeah, if you can't take a ball to the face at this level, you really don't belong here. Honestly.
That was the Shagger.
Doesn't matter. Everybody out here is somebody who plays at this level. You can see his velocity jersey underneath. That means that he's no slouch. When you're playing at this level, you just got to get used to balls traveling 110 plus clicks. Everybody playing nice. And they're off. Woods with an early throw. There we go. Wolfpack talking it out. Look, they group 2 on win. Seems to make the connection as well, so he's out. Woods comes up. Makes it look like he's about to throw. Just look at the way he holds that ball. For sure a football throw. Did I see somebody's hat come off? I thought I saw a hat come off. I could be totally wrong on that front. There we go. Oh, and Woods gets nailed on the side. There's a hat off. I was just a little, just gave away that I'm a time traveler, and I forgot that this hadn't happened already yet. My bad. Next time I'll make sure to park the DeLorean in somewhere more secure than just a group of trees. I mean, anybody can just move those rushes aside and see that there's a car that didn't belong in that time here. Anyway, we're not going to go through the faults of Back to the Future. It generally is pretty good, and I'm a fan. We got only 1 player left on League of Shadows. He wants this. If he gets this, he ties up the game. Not a huge fan of the spin, but the dodging has been effective. See the Shaggers passing balls to the Shaggers on the other side, right? They want to get a better angle. 2 seconds left to throw. Goes off for it.
Nails the Shagger.
Oh, look at that. Wolfpack would really be better suited to just wait it out, get a few more balls on their side before they let one loose, but I guarantee you that's not what's going to happen. He's going to let a ball fly, and another one's going to fly at him. Oh, nails somebody who's just standing in the back. I don't even know if he was aiming for him, but it doesn't matter. Take your hits where you get them. He's coming up there representing all of us who play in glasses. Look at that. Goes right on the ground for the ball's thrown at him, goes straight into the ground. That's what you want. Really, really working for it. I hope this guy does cardio. Because if he doesn't, he's doing it right now. I did some cardio back in September, and I'm still regretting it. It was a good workout session. I just feel like it didn't accomplish anything. Look at this. Oh! If he had made that catch, that would have been incredible. I would have gone. I would have just gone and eaten my microphone at that point.
Solid effort, though.
Just all.
Switching sides here.
Or that noise that kids make when they're pretending there's a crowd. Just go. Ah. And the crowd goes wild. And there we go. Wolfpack off to a strong start, connecting off the snap. You can just see the excitement on DJ's face right now. He's having the time of his life. Oh, there we go. Number 10 that gets knocked out. Stepping off the court behind number 61, Mr. Brock Woods. And here we go. Sends the ball right beside one player and over another. And he moves the ball off to Woods. Oh, I didn't realize that he's not wearing knee pads either. Just telling you, the arrogance of youth. Saying one day he'll slam his knee on the ground and then he'll be reminded that's why everyone else covers their knees. Yep, he comes from a trampoline dodgeball background. Seeing those guys come up to their first night like on a floor is always the best because they will slam into that floor once. And if you've ever wanted to see an adult man slam into the floor with his full force of his body, the time to do that is the first day of any league meet. Number 2 in Wolfpack faking him up and then taking more of a grip position. It seems like they're always placing somebody in the back. I imagine that's to look for ricochets. You notice they've got lots of coverage on the court. At any given time, if a ball pops up, anybody on Wolfpack can basically just run around, accelerate, and get it. Now, see, the Shagger couldn't get that ball because a window of floor is required between the line and the ball. In our league nights, we just allow it to touch the line. That's fine. It's too much for the referees to be worrying about at all times. But in this event, we require it to be just a visible floor between the line and the ball before the ball shaker is allowed to touch it. Now, of course, a player who's in the match can touch a ball at any time for any reason. They can grab a ball, and it's theirs. It's everybody else who has rules governing that. And Brock didn't jump high enough. Sorry, bud. Well, his skills are undeniable. Him and his brother Austin Woods, also at this tournament, both come from the Sky Zone trampoline dodgeball background. It was great, actually. They're very talented players, and they came out before. Oh, referees might need to talk about this. Let's see what they go with. Hold on. They're going to talk it out. Does Wolfpack have a coach? That's a great question. Their coach is life and the tough lessons that it teaches you. Look at that. This is where League of Shadows shines, when they only have 2 players left, but they've got the ball advantage. Wolfpack getting baited into throwing. You can see number 7's regret on his face. If anybody's got a close-up of that on film, we could totally make a meme out of it. This, the look of, has never been more clearly expressed at a distance. Very emotive. I'm enjoying this. There we go again. Great fakes from number 12. We're seeing a lot of good stuff out of him, especially given the display that he showed earlier. I think he'd be a lot more tired than he is now. But I guess that's why people train and condition their body. You know, plenty of reasons why you would want to do that. Being able to last through an entire game or an entire tournament, it's another great reason. And off the ground again. Talking again, going up, see what happens. Now, League of Shadows has 2 really strong players on the court right now. Not that Wolfpack doesn't, just that it hasn't seemed to matter how many other players are on the court. When League of Shadows is down to 2, that's when they seem to fight their hardest. Did the balls touch in the air there? I couldn't tell. Oh, there we go. So in WDBF rules dodgeball, when you have a ball flying in one direction and another one in another direction, if they touch, they kill each other. So those balls are dead and cannot knock anybody out. They don't count for a catch. Everybody is safe. So Wolfpack taking a heck of a lead here, but I wouldn't say that the score reflects what's been going on in this game directly. They've been working really hard for their points. You see them really turning it on right now. Once again, nice jump from Woodsy, but he's not able to get quite out of the way. Oh, that almost turned into a double. There we go, Wolfpack back on the offensive. League of Shadows blocking. Someone's cheering for Wolfpack and Malik specifically. Now, not sure if anybody knows this, but here in Winnipeg we have our own Malik who plays dodgeball. He got a spiral fracture in his arm just from throwing during our provincial tournament. Fun fact. Now, one thing I just want to tell people is, I say this all the time, but don't play through pain. Your body is telling you something, right? You really, really got to listen to it. If you just jack yourself up on painkillers and go out to an event anyway, you have to be prepared for the injuries that you're going to receive. And they're possibly going to be career-ending, or at the very least long-term. It's just not worth it, you know? It's a fun game, it's an incredible sport, but at the same time, you need to just take care of yourself. The amount of time in our lives that we have that we can be physically fit enough to play dodgeball, especially at the competitive level. Oh, wow, that catch. Tang just coming up there and diving for it. I just want to remind everybody what I was saying earlier is you don't want to be 55 years old with significant amounts of your body not working because you didn't listen to it when it was telling you to take a break. I'm not saying that you need to stop completely because that can be just as bad, but oftentimes you just need to take it easy for a bit. Look at that diving there. So good. Loading up number 11. Wolfpack just feeling him out. It's a great catch from number 61. Putting them at 4-2. That means that all they got to do is score one more point. And then they can tie it up when they hit sudden death. Provided there is enough time to get to sudden death. If we go into sudden death before they score a point, then this game is Wolfpack's. In this tournament, a win is worth 3 points, and a tie is only worth 1, which means that victories are, I was about to say infinitely more valuable, but they're actually only 3 times more valuable. Oh, I can hear the skin coming off. Now, Duckworth is very protective of their floors. They ask you not to leave your skin on it. Just kidding. Oh. Just kidding, they didn't say anything about skin. We can leave as much of that here as we want. I plan to just make a little pile of it at the end of the night. As it turns out, most of dust is just dead skin. True fact. Absolutely, if humans didn't shed as much as they did, our houses wouldn't be so dusty. Yeah. Air purifiers. Look into them, they're great. Fact fun with fun facts. Fun. Getting a little bit of a talk there from League of Shadows. Oh, see that guy go straight into the air, but about halfway through he realizes nobody's throwing at him, so he doesn't commit fully to it. One thing a lot of people don't realize about jumping, which is something that when I'm not injured in about 3 different ways, is it's a real good ab workout actually. Oh wow, look at that catch. Just crouch down right into it. Now, when you jump up in dodgeball, you also need to be tucking your legs up. Which muscle groups do you think are doing that while you're in the air? It's your abdominals. So, if you like abs, look into dodgeball. Who am I kidding? Abs are made in the kitchen, not the gym. There we go. Number before, talking number 3 in Wolfpack. Oh, sudden death. Wolfpack did it. They ran the clock. Wolfpack has been playing very intelligently. They come out the gates real hard, get a big lead, and then just ride that wave to victory. We've seen them up numerous times from the get-go, and then the other team seems to make a comeback. But at this point, I can't tell if that's on purpose or not, if they're just pacing themselves. Oh, beautiful jump. Wow, that guy lifted his leg up a lot higher than I was expecting. So that's a 5-2 victory for Wolfpack. I'll give you guys a little quick rundown of what just happened. Wolfpack and League of Shadows start off the game, seems pretty even. Wolfpack starts to just take a bunch of points off of League of Shadows. And then it seems like Wolfpack starts coasting. They let League of Shadows catch up a little bit, but in the end it just wasn't quite enough. So Wolfpack takes yet another victory. They've been putting on some good shows in front of our screen.